Today we gather to reflect at the World's Population Day, a day that is historically mapped to ensure that there is growing advocacy for world population. Number two, resources, that is to ensure that there is also increased access to health. Now, what then does it mean that the population of the world has increased, and how then has it then increased? The world's population has been recorded to be 8 billion as per this year, right, as per the UN report. The UN Secretary General quotes, and I say that the 8 billion increase is a very good landmark, but what the landmark entails is that in the world that we intend to create, there is therefore need for us to ensure that there are 8 billion opportunities to ensure that the 8 billion people are well kept within the world. This is to ensure that what then is necessary is, number one, to look at people, because 8 billion are people in the world. That is to ensure that the welfare of the 8 billion people should be the primary concern of each and every policy, and as well as each and every means of advocacy. But then wait, let's reflect. What then are the causes of the rapid growth, or rather growth, in the world's population? The UN some study then reflects that 70% is attributed to unplanned pregnancies and health that happens within children. That is to ensure that, yes, though 8 billion is a very good landmark, but then the cause of the 8 billion is something that we also need to reflect. There has been increase in unplanned pregnancies. This is because the access of people to protective equipment, right, that is to condoms and all, is very limited. So the 8 billion population day should ensure that we ensure that there is availability of sexual reproductive health to all of the individuals, but the targeted niche mainly should be the youth, who are then the people who have then been seen to be rapidly then increasing the world's population. Number one, we realize that within the world that we live in, due maybe to lack of entertainment, right, youth have then normalized themselves to ensure that they then take sex as a casual thing. But then casual sex really entails that there are also casual penalties, and the casual penalties then ensure that they are casual babies. So then the casual babies are that which we then intend to then care for, right? So what then it means is that there is need for sexual reproductive health to ensure that, though yes, population should rise, but population should rise in a manner that is cognizant and in a manner that really makes sense, not that rapid growth. So then, to stop the rapid growth in population, there is need, number one, for advocacy. Number two, to ensure that sexual conversations are known from every grassroots. There is nothing wrong with a mother telling a child to pray, but at the same time telling the child to use condoms. It's something that we really need to then particularly embrace. We should ensure that people do condomize and never compromise, because the life is yours, the life is ours. But also, a population day entails us that we also need to look into the welfare of people, right? There is need for hospitals to ensure that the growing population is well kept. There is need for education to ensure that the 8 billion people at least afford basic education. There is also a need for better food services to ensure that the 8 billion people are well kept as well. So this is a day for reflection. Let's look at it this way. Number one, let's engage in policies that ensure that the welfare of the people is well kept. Number two, let's ensure that the people as well are able to freely interact. Number three, let's ensure that people as well are able to condomize, such that they do not compromise, and we then see a population increase that is not rapid, but a population increase that is steady. There's nothing really fancy about sex, but there's really nothing really fancy about not having it anyway, but there's really everything fancy about keeping yourself away. Mind you, a man who has solved his sexual edges has solved 90% of his problems. Thank you so much.